Welcome back to the Archive Network. Aurelius here with Malik, curators of the Treaty Archive. We left Treaty of Versailles, 1919. Last time at the ink is not yet dry, and already new tensions flicker at Europe's edges. Today we pick up where we left off. Inside the gilded hall of mirrors, the fate of Europe hangs on a word, a gesture, a single concession. Here, the victors of World War I gather not as friends but as rivals, each man determined to shape the new order. The world waits beyond the palace gates, hungry for peace but haunted by the specter of vengeance.
Aurelius, you paint a picture of unity among rivals, but it's far more complex. The victors may gather, but they carry the weight of their nation's grief and anger. Clemenceau's scars run deep, and his demands reflect a thirst for revenge. That's not just rivalry. It's a call for justice, one that may sow the seeds of future conflict.
True enough, but justice means different things to different men. Clemenceau sees reparations as absolutely necessary. His vision is clear. Germany must pay for the devastation it wrought on France. The long memory of war drives his demands, a lesson learned well from history. We can't ignore the fact that empires often impose heavy penalties. It's a way to ensure their own survival, to remind others of the price of aggression. It's a cruel game, but history has shown us it's one that's often played.
But what you call survival, Aurelius, I see as a path to further suffering. Lloyd George recognizes that a broken Germany won't guarantee peace. He gets that Europe's recovery really hinges on a stable Germany. Clemenceau vendetta could lead to chaos, not security. But history shows us that seeking retribution often backfires, leaving countless innocent people to bear the burden. We need to think about the human cost here, not just the political game.
You highlight a valid concern. Yet Wilson's idealism stands in stark contrast. His 14 points aim to reshape international relations, promoting self-determination and collective security. It's a noble vision, but can it survive the harsh realities of these negotiations? The old world clings to its grudges, and idealism often falters in the face of power.
Aurelius, Wilson's vision isn't just an ideal. It's a necessary shift we can't ignore. The League of Nations stands as a beacon of hope against the endless cycle of retribution that's haunted nations for far too long. But he's facing real resistance. Clemenceau's stubbornness on reparations is a serious threat to Wilson's dream. If the victors can't find some common ground, we risk sowing the seeds for another conflict before the ink of the treaty even dries. That's not just politics. It's about real lives.
As tensions rise, negotiations transform into a battleground. Each day reveals fresh deadlocks, a frustrating cycle. Clemenceau's relentless push for crippling reparations stands in stark contrast to Lloyd George's cautious approach. Sure, a broken Germany might offer immediate gratification, but it risks unraveling Europe's delicate stability. In the end, what emerges is a compromise, a future commission. It's a clear sign of exhaustion, not clarity, reflecting how even the most powerful can falter in the face of complexity.
That compromise speaks volumes about the fears at play. When the German delegation arrives in May, they face a fait accompli, a dictated peace. Led by Ulrich von Brockdorff-Rantzau, they see the treaty as a betrayal of the very principles Wilson advocated. Their protests highlight how the victors' decisions have sidelined the voices of the vanquished.
The German delegation's arrival is steeped in tension. They understand the stakes. A rejection means continued suffering. Yet, the peace presented is heavy with the weight of the past. The treaty's signing on June 28, 1919, in the same hall where the German Empire was proclaimed, is a powerful statement. But it's also a warning of the burdens yet to come.
And that signing marks not just an end, but a beginning filled with uncertainty. The treaty, laden with resentment, fails to address the underlying issues. Millions across Europe look to the future with dread. The ink on this treaty may be dry, but the tensions it ignites will echo for generations. This is a precarious peace, not a resolution.
Exactly. The diplomats may have completed their task, but history often tells a different story. The treaty may have marked the end of one chapter, but it sows the seeds for the next conflict. Old empires lie in ruins, and new borders are drawn with shaky hands. The true impact of these decisions remains to be seen.
The implications are immense, Aurelius. Nations like Poland and Czechoslovakia are rising, each with their own dreams and aspirations. Yet the scars of old animosities still linger, complicating their paths forward. The peace that was cobbled together in private meetings feels anything but secure. We have to ask ourselves, what does this mean for the people living in Europe? The story is far from over, and the human cost is something we can't ignore.
The ink is not yet dry, and already new tensions flicker at Europe's edges. The architects of this peace may believe they've crafted a sturdy framework for stability, but the shadows of history loom large and will not be easily ignored. Compromise rarely leads to lasting harmony. The choices forged in these gilded halls will echo through time, shaping nations and lives in ways we can't fully grasp yet. We must remember, this is just the beginning of a much longer story.
That's where we leave it this time. Treaty of Versailles, 1919 continues. The story isn't finished yet. Find the full series on the Treaty Archive, part of the Archive Network. We'll be back with the next chapter.